Hello, everyone. My name is John Hayden, and I am with everychoicematters.org. And today we're going to continue our weekly encouragement. Today's topic is the power of personal responsibility. So let's get started. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the most powerful qualities you can develop, and that's personal responsibility. Personal responsibility means recognizing that your choices, actions, habits, and attitude all play a major role in shaping your life. It means being able to say, quote, my life is my responsibility. My choices matter, and I have the power to make better ones, end quote. That may sound simple, but accepting personal responsibility can completely change the direction of your life. You cannot control everything. Let's begin with the most important truth. Not everything that happens to you is your fault. You cannot control where you were born, the family you were born into, the mistakes other people make, the opportunities you were or were not given, or unexpected hardships that enter your life. Sometimes people experience unfairness, rejection, disappointment, illness, loss, or circumstances they never deserved. Personal responsibility does not mean blaming yourself for those things. It means recognizing that although you may not control everything that happens to you, you can choose how to respond. You can ask, what can I do now? What can I learn from this? What is the next positive step I can take? That's where your power begins. Because excuses keep us stuck. We all make excuses sometimes. We may say, I don't have enough time. Nobody helped me. My teacher doesn't like me. My boss doesn't appreciate me. My family doesn't understand me. Other people have it easier. Some of those feelings may be completely understandable, but when excuses become a habit, they take away our power. Every time we blame someone else for everything that happens in our lives, we hand that person control over our future. Personal responsibility gives that control back to us. Instead of saying, quote, there is nothing I can do, end quote, we begin saying, quote, this may be difficult, but what can I do to improve the situation, end quote. That single change and thinking can move us from the helplessness to hope and from hope to action. Now let's talk about our own choices. Every choice produces a result. If you study consistently, you increase your chances of succeeding in school. If you develop useful skills, you increase your future opportunities. If you take care of your health, you give yourself a better chance of living with strength and energy. If you treat people with honesty and respect, you build stronger relationships. If you repeatedly make harmful choices, those choices may eventually create painful consequences. Life does not always give us immediate results. A good choice may not reward us today, but a poor choice may not hurt us right away. But choices accumulate. One day of effort may seem small. One day of avoiding responsibility may also seem small. But when repeated, both can become habits, and our habits eventually shape our future. That's why every choice matters. So you got to admit your mistakes. Taking responsibility does not mean being perfect. No one makes the right decision every time. We all make mistakes, say things we regret, miss opportunities, and occasionally disappoint ourselves or others. The real question is not whether you will ever make a mistake. The question is, what will you do afterward? You could say, I was wrong. I made the poor choice. I'm sorry. I need to make this right. I will learn from this and do better. Admitting in a mistake is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of courage, maturity, and strength. You cannot correct a mistake that you refuse to acknowledge. But once you honestly face it, that mistake can become a valuable lesson rather than a permanent definition of who you are. You are not your worst decision. You are the person who can decide what happens next. You have to keep your commitments. Personal responsibility also means doing what you say you'll do. It means showing up on time, completing your work, keeping your promises, and following through even when you do not feel motivated. Motivation comes and goes. Responsibility means taking action because something needs to be done. Each time you keep a commitment to yourself, you build self-trust. You prove that you can depend on yourself. That confidence can grow through small actions. Getting up when the alarm rings, finishing an assignment before the deadline, practicing a skill consistently, saving part of the money you earn, keeping your room or workspace organized, apologizing when you hurt someone, asking for help before a small problem becomes a crisis. These may not seem like life-changing decisions, but they help build a life-changing character. Responsibility is freedom. Some people believe that personal responsibility feels like a burden, but in reality, responsibility creates freedom. When you manage your money responsibly, you create greater financial freedom. When you care for your health, you create more freedom in your life. When you work hard and develop your abilities, you create more career choices. When you control your reactions, you become less controlled by anger, pressure, or other people's opinions. When you accept responsibility for your future, you no longer have to wait for else to rescue you or give you permission to improve your life. Responsibility tells you, I may not be where I want to be yet, but I can begin moving in that direction. Ask yourself these questions. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to ask yourself, what choices did I make today? Did my actions move me closer to or farther away from the life I want? Is there something that I need to correct? Which is the one better choice I can make tomorrow? Do not ask these questions to criticize yourself. Ask them to strengthen yourself. Personal responsibility is not about living with guilt. It's about living with awareness, purpose, and determination. Your next choice can change your direction. Perhaps you've made mistakes in the past. Maybe you've wasted time, hurt someone, neglected your responsibilities, or traveled down a path you now regret. You cannot go back and rewrite yesterday, but what you can do is make a new decision today. You can begin studying. You can ask for help. You can leave a harmful situation. You can apologize. You can end a destructive habit. You can set a new goal. You can take the first step toward becoming the person you truly want to be. Your past choices may explain where you are today, but they do not have to determine where you will be tomorrow. Your next can begin changing your direction. And in closing, I'd like to say the power of personal responsibility is the power to take ownership of your life. It is the courage to face reality, admit your mistakes, learn from your experiences, and keep moving forward. Remember, you cannot control everything that happens to you. You do not have to blame yourself for the circumstances you did not create, but you can take responsibilities for your response, your attitude, your effort, and your next decision. Do not give that power away. Take ownership of your life. Believe in your ability to grow. Make the best choice available to you today, and then make another good choice tomorrow. These choices will become your habits. Your habits will shape your character, and your character will help shape your future. I'm John Hayden, founder of EveryChoiceMatters.org. Thank you for watching, and always remember, your choices have the power, your future has value, and every choice matters. Thank you, and have a great day.